How's it going, guys? Jake here. Welcome back to Dude Ranch DIY. As you can see behind me, Chris is wheeling the stump grinder up to this big old nasty stump that's been at the house ever since we moved in. It's right by the front entrance to the house. First thing you see, we're gonna take care of that today. So what we got here is a Vermeer SC252 stump grinder. This is our buddy Joe's machine. He works with us on a lot of our jobs, and he was nice enough to let us use it in exchange for doing a little bit of welding on his muffler. The whole muffler had rattled itself apart, so I just did a little bit of welding, pieced it all back together with some boogers, and now we're ready to go. So as you can see, this stump is pretty rotten. It's pretty far gone. I'm hoping that even though it's so big, the stump grinder doesn't have too much issue chewing away at it. I'm not even really sure what kind of a stump it was. I'm guessing, if I had to guess, I think it would probably have been an oak stump, just because I'm looking at all the growth lines and stuff here, and you can obviously see some pores in there, which you wouldn't see from like a pine. But yeah, hopefully we can take care of this bad boy today.
All right, guys, so we're making our way through this stump. It's one hell of a stump. It's an old oak, and you can see here it's pretty hollow on the inside. So I just ran and got Jake. He's in the wood yard playing while I'm up here working, and I'm gonna see if we can't get him to just pop the top right off of this thing. That way I don't have to grind, you know, all that 28 inches or more. And then it would really be just the outside pieces that are still connected to the ground. So we'll see what we can do. You don't need no stump grinder. What? You don't need a stump grinder. So he just moved the entire stump. Let's see if he can pick the thing up and just get it out of here. That would be awesome. Boom. Just like that. Stump removal specialist. Shake some of the dirt out of there. I don't know how much dirt he's going to get out, but this is obviously where the stump just was. It's no longer. Just a pile of dirt and a little bit of mulch. Jake's gonna have some nice new grass up here soon.
Is that it? You done? Come here, Lou. Come here. Well, guys, Chris came down to get me. I was stacking up some of that firewood that you saw I split by myself into the trailer in the last video. And I don't know if you're the world's best stump grinder or if that was just the world's easiest stump, but
I think I'm the best stump grinder.
I think you are too, honestly, because you managed to get that entire stump out with only grinding half of it, and you managed to get none of the grindings on the lawn. So you are good. All right, guys, so Chris obviously did a great job. Big thanks to Joe. Thanks for letting us use your stump grinder here. We, like I mentioned before, we did a little bit of welding, getting it back on there. So that should be good for many more stumps to come. And yeah, I guess I will take you guys back down to the wood yard where I've been stacking up all that wood in the dump trailer, and it's actually going really well. It's super easy to stack out of the dump trailer because that's kind of at waist height. I can lift up the tote, piece of hair in my eye from Louie. I can lift up the tote with the pallet forks for like the first half, so I'm not bending over. And I just keep tilting up the trailer and the wood keeps sliding back. So that's, I guess, how we will finish up the rest of this video. Okay, guys, so this has kind of been my setup as far as stacking the wood. And as you can see here, I got most of it stacked already. So I just keep tilting up the dump trailer as I run out of wood up against the tailgate. And like I mentioned, I raise up the tote. That way I'm not bending over for those first, for like the first half of the tote. Once I get it half full, I'll drop it down to the ground because then it's waist level again. And it goes pretty fast. So let me finish stacking up the rest of this here wood. Well, guys, that's all she wrote. We got this last tote almost filled to the top. Out of the full trailer load, there were 2 of these big totes. I'm gonna call this full, but you know, we both know. I'll fill up the rest of the top. So 2 of these bigger ones and 1 smaller one. I already have them down there, as you can see. So we got a little bit more than a cord out of that. So I misspoke in the last video saying that I thought it was closer to 2 cords rather than 1.5 cords. It was actually closer to 1.5 cords, probably a little bit less than 1.5 cords. But you know what? It's all firewood, it all burns, and it all sells, more importantly. So that's gonna be it. We needed the trailer empty because we are going to be switching over the tractor to tree work mode, hooking up the WoodMaxx chipper, putting on the Grapple, because tomorrow Chris and I have a little job pruning some hemlock trees and actually destroying a shed, which is kind of like Andrew Camerata-esque. So it might be interesting. I'll bring the camera along just in case we get some good footage. But I hope you enjoyed this video. Chris did a great job grinding the stump. Again, as I said, I don't know if you're the world's best stump grinder or that was just the world's easiest stump, but
definitely the best stump grinder.
We'll call it somewhere in the middle. So anyway, it's starting to rain. We got to get this equipment loaded up. As always, guys, thank you for watching. If you liked the video, give it a big thumbs up. If you haven't done so already, hit the subscribe button down below. We'd appreciate it. Questions, comments, or feedback, throw it down in that comment section. But for now, I'm Jake.
I'm Chris.
This is Dude Ranch DIY. Thanks so much for watching. See you here next time.